What's up, guys? It's Rob from Stargate. Just wanted to give you a quick market update. I'm leaving for Florida on Thursday, so if you have any one-on-one consultations left, definitely schedule that in before I leave. So let's dive into Bitcoin since Bitcoin runs the market, and if Bitcoin were to fall over, so would the rest of the market. So Bitcoin's looking like it needs to have some strength come in. This on the one-day chart. It's riding up on this previous support, now resistance. So if we look back here, when it came up, broke through, came back down support, came back down support, support. When it broke through this level, it really came down hard. And now we're riding up against it right now, traveling within this kind of wedge right here. So we really need to hold this level and start continuing to move up higher and show some strength and break through the top of this line. So if I go down to a lower time frame, 6 hour, we see that we're really riding up against it right now. So we want to see some strength come in, hold this line, and push up to the upper line and break through that so we can continue rising up in the market. We can add in a moving average, and we see that we're riding on top of the 21 moving average. Let's check the other moving average. The 50 moving average is right below it, and the 200 is hanging out around 38,000. So if it were to break down from here, you'd probably see it go to 44,000, 45,000. If it breaks that, it'll likely head down to these areas like 38,000. So we want to see it hold this level, show some strength come in today. We'll go to the Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's go to like a 12 hour. On a 12 hour, we're seeing the TSI really start to like curl down here, but it's not curling down hard and aggressive like it was back over here. It's kind of like, coiling up in here. So that's why we need to see some strength come in, see this curl back up and show some strength. And then we need to see the stock RSI curl up and show some strength to the upside. So that's what we're watching on Bitcoin. We really want to have it hold this level and hold this lower support trend line right here, and then break through this upper trend line right here. So right now it's holding, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. We're keeping an eye on it. If we go down to a 1 hour, came back down, kind of tested this 200 moving average, and it's looking like it's bouncing from here. So far so good. I'm gonna go to the Heikin-Ashi candles. We see a buy warning come in, not a buy confirmation yet. We're waiting for the TSI to start to cross up and the stock RSI to cross up to show that confirmation. So within the next hour, we'll see how it's moving, and then we'll go from there. So let's check out ETH. We see ETH right now. I'm gonna make this chart a little cleaner. And ETH's kind of traveling in the same kind of like upward rising wedge. So we want to see it hold this bottom line and then eventually break through the top line. See the stock RSI come down on a daily, and the TSI on the dailies really flattened out. Looks like it wants to cross down, but that's why we really need to see some strength come in today to avoid that cross down, which would probably flash that sell confirmation signal. So we can see Ethereum rally today, show some strength, kind of end up in that same area around like 3,300. Then we really want to break through like the 3,400 area to continue moving higher to like the $3,800, $4,000 range. So that's what we're watching on that. We'll go down to a lower time frame, like a 12 hour. We'll throw on like a 21 moving average. And right now, it's hanging on top of the 21 moving average, and that's in line with this bottom trend line. So we really want to see this hold. Go down to a 6 hour. It's holding on top right now. It's got an hour left to close. And every time you see that since this rally of 1700, it's came back down, stayed on top of this trend line, kind of wrestled around with it right here, but ended up moving higher, came back down, test, broke down through, but rallied back up, and now it's hanging out there right now. So there's going to be a decision coming in soon with the market. And if we go down to a 1 hour, it's kind of crazy how these fractals play out, because you had the buy warning, buy confirmation come in on the bottom trend line, come back up, get rejected, buy warning, buy confirmation on the bottom trend line, came back up, got rejected, buy confirmation, buy warning, buy confirmation on the bottom trend line, came back up, rejected, and that's what we're looking for. We really want to see it hold this bottom line, start to move up, and then break through 3,400 to continue moving higher. It's looking like on the 1 hourly that the stock RSI is starting to show some momentum headed up, and the TSI looks like it's curling to start heading up as well. So that's what we're watching out for. We need that strength to come in. So now let's go to XRP. Some sell warnings came in on XRP. We're waiting for that cross down for the confirmation. XRP is showing a lot more strength. Get rid of these. Stock RSI is still up here. TSI is still moving up. Hasn't really curled down yet. Let's go down to a 12-hour. It's curled down on the 12-hour. Looks like it's curled down on the TSI on the 12-hour. That's why within the next 7 hours, we really want to see this start to head back up, break through that $1.30 area, and keep heading higher for this to save itself and turn back and curl up. So that's what we're watching out for. Go down to the 6-hour. We just had a sell confirmation in on it, but it's still holding on this 21 EMA. It's still above it. If it were to come down, probably hang on top of it like $1.13. We don't want to see that breakthrough. Let's go to the 4-hour. It's hanging on top of it right now. So every single time it touches it, it kind of bounces, and then it broke through it, and now it's rejected. Then it broke through it again. Support, support, support. So that's why we really want to see it hold here right now. We have the stock RSI, an oversold area. So it has some legs to turn back around, move up. Same with the TSI. It's making higher lows and higher highs. Except for right here, there's a little divergence going on. That's why we need to see that strength come in. So Ethereum to Bitcoin. Seeing something interesting pop up on here where it broke out of this triangle right here, and then it's kind of consolidating in this area right here as it was before when it broke out of this triangle. Broke out of that triangle, came up, consolidated in that area while this was heading down, while this was flattening out, getting ready to touch the line, but then it rallied and saved itself from touching the line, and then eventually at the top here it crossed through. So that's what I'm seeing with Ethereum against Bitcoin. So Ethereum's looking strong against Bitcoin. If we were to measure that move, go here, bars pattern, copy that, bring it up, and we're looking at 0.15 for Ethereum against Bitcoin. So that means that Ethereum will be worth 0.15 of a Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's at $30,000, that means that Ethereum will be trading at $4,500 because you times 30,000 times 0.15. So that's what I'm looking for Ethereum to happen. But with the USD chart, it needs to start showing some strength. So keep an eye out on those things, and that will tell you whether the market's going to have some downwards momentum, consolidate for a little bit, and then start moving higher, or if it's going to keep moving higher right now.